The Halloween season is upon us, which means that movie nerds across the country are probably trying to decide which movie character to dress up as. This year there are no shortage of Halloween costumes to choose from this current year in cinema, and many of them won't even break the bank. Of course, you could go all out and spend a few $100 on a shiny brand new Superman costume, if you have the means, or drop some serious coin on any number of Star Wars, DC, or Marvel costumes out there. While there's nothing wrong with that, there's something to be said about pulling something off on a budget. With that in mind, we're focusing on just a few of the slew of costumes you could pull off with just a few bucks and some thrift shop finds that will reflect your movie fandom in 2025. Leonardo DiCaprio's Bob Ferguson in one battle after another. You're going to see a lot of thin flannel robes this year after Leonardo DiCaprio's bravura performance as revolutionary-turned father Bob Ferguson in director Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. While the film itself is still expected to lose $100 million despite glowing reviews and award season buzz, expect to see a lot of Bob Ferguson costumes in the wild. The costume itself is incredibly simple to pull off and probably wouldn't be too costly. The key item would clearly be the red and black flannel robe that Bob is seen wearing for the back half of the movie after going on the run from Stephen J. Lockjaw, Sean Penn. Then you just need a grey t-shirt and grey pants. You could probably even grab an old Wimmet to pass as the transmitter, if you really wanted to add that extra touch. I wouldn't recommend the rifle though. Bonus points if you can find someone in cosplay as Sensei and take an epic selfie. Jesse Plemons' Teddy Gatz in Bugonia. With Bugonia hitting theaters in limited release this weekend before going wide on Halloween, this would be a perfect costume to strike while the proverbial iron is hot. The great thing about Jesse Plemons' Teddy Gatz is there are several different versions of the character you could go as, and none will likely cost an arm and/or a leg. The Teddy pictured above is heading to work at an Auxilith warehouse, the company Emma Stone's Michelle Fuller is the CEO of, and that could be an easy look to pull off with some earth-toned clothes. Another look could be the tan suit he always wears after abducting Fuller, along with his messy ponytail. If one is into a bloodier look, then you'll find what you need near the film's ending. Keanu Reeves, Gabriel in Good Fortune. Image via Lionsgate Movies. This could be another simple costume, though one you might have to get a bit creative with due to the wings. Keanu Reeves' Gabriel is a low-rent angel in Good Fortune, whose primary duty is to save people from getting into accidents while texting and driving. He oversteps his bounds to help the downtrodden Arj, Aziz Ansari. All you really need is a tan overcoat, white dress shirt, black tie, a shoulder-length black wig, and some wings, and voila. Since Gabriel's wings are on the smaller side, you could pull it off with something cost-effective like these $18 wings from Walmart. While the wings may be tricky with the overcoat, it's still quite feasible. Dwayne Johnson's Mark Kerr in The Smashing Machine. Naturally, most people aren't 6 foot 4 inches tall and weigh 260 pounds like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and anyone who finds themselves within this ballpark of physicality would likely pull it off with ease. But that shouldn't dissuade anyone who doesn't share The Rock's proportions to give this a shot. In fact, it may actually be funnier if you're not built like The Rock. All one would need are clothes that are far too big and a lot of polyester stuffing that you can find at any hobby shop like Michael's or even at Walmart. A toupee would be a nice touch, but if you really wanted to deliver a chef's kiss, you could carry around part of a door that you smashed too. Adam Sandler as Happy Gilmore in Happy Gilmore 2. This would also be a way to honor Adam Sandler's iconic Weekend Update bits where he would encourage kids to get creative and use things around for their Halloween costume. If you just happen to have a Boston Bruins jersey laying around the house, and maybe an old golf club, you're set. I'm crazy Happy Gilmore. Now gimme some candy. Along with a golf club, there are any number of affordable flourishes you can add. Perhaps you could have an empty Subway bag over the golf club, or sticking out of your pocket. Maybe you can even find a mangled wooden hand to carry around in honor of Chubbs as well, or carry around a picture of Julie Bowen. Tyreek Withers as Kincaid in Him. While there are a number of different looks you could pull off for this movie, the image above of this fictional quarterback would be the most apt for Halloween. It's probably the cheapest costume, since you would only need a considerable amount of fake blood and some white football pants. Of course, there are geographical considerations at play as well, namely that this costume probably won't work in a cold weather environment. Even if there's no snow on the ground on All Hallows Eve, it's probably not best to walk around shirtless at night in late October in many parts of the country. Jack Black Steve in a Minecraft Mover custom image by Yida Chacon. Warner Brothers had one of the biggest hits of the year with a Minecraft movie, and it will come as no surprise to see fans dressing up as their favorite characters this Halloween. One affordable costume from the movie would be Jack Black Steve, with only a turquoise shirt, grey pants, and a pickaxe needed to pull this off. The pickaxe could be achieved in a number of ways too. The official 2-in-1 pickaxe sword combo toy is sold by Mattel at an affordable price, or those with crafty DIY skills could surely create their own with any number of items either found around the house or obtained rather cheaply. Any of the guys in the long walk. This could be a great group costume for a bunch of friends heading out together. While it might be tricky to find exact replicas of each shirt, getting the details right would certainly go a long way. For example, snagging the right kind of hat that Cooper Hoffman's Ray Garrity wears, plus the dog tags, would be a plus. Whether it be Ray or David Johnson's Pete McVriz or Garrett Waring's Billy Stebbins or Tut Nyout's Art Baker or Charlie Plummer's Gary Barkovich, the Long Walk characters would make great Halloween costumes that could surely fit any budget. You could even go all the way and get an older friend to play Mark Hamill's domineering major character as well. Any of the guys in Sinners. Director Ryan Coogler teamed up with Michael B. Jordan once again and delivered one of the year's best films in Sinners, and even though it hit theaters months ago, its popularity and horror themes bode well for Halloween costumes. Smoke and Stack, both played by Michael B. Jordan, could be played by a pair of sharp-dressed friends or real brothers. There could be some great group costume possibilities as well, with Smoke and Stack teaming up with a white woman dressed up as Mary, Haley Steinfeld, along with Preacher Boy, Miles Cotone, Delta Slim, Delroy Lindo, and Cornbread, Omar Benson Miller. There could be another group costume too, the Irish vampire Remick, Jack O'Connell, and other KKK members. Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.